What's up, guys? Mickle here, and one of the biggest critiques I see from anti-Ripple and XRP people about Ripple the company and XRP the digital asset is that Ripple and XRP will never be able to disrupt Swift. Well, in this video, I want to share with you a brand new document that just came from the Ripple SEC case where Brad Garlinghouse talks about why it is his goal to take down Swift and make XRP the premier digital asset for all cross-border payments. Guys, this is absolutely massive because people have been saying for years, there is no way Ripple and XRP are going to disrupt Swift. There is no way they will even try to do that in the future. I want to show you this is 100% in the cards for Ripple. This document is extremely exciting and makes me so bullish about XRP and Ripple in the future. I also want to share with you a brand new comment from Clayton. Guys, this comment was absolutely insane. It was completely absurd. It shows how much of a hypocrite he is. And at the end of the video, go over a timeline for when we can finally see an end in this case. Make sure to stick around for that. You are not going to want to miss it. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. If you want to see more videos just like this, make sure to take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to my channel. It's really going to help me out so much. Also, if you ever need a good place to buy some XRP or the Flare token, make sure to check out my favorite exchange Uphold down in the description of this video. With that said though, let's jump right into it, and I hope you guys enjoy the content. So I want to start this video out and talk about something I'm extremely excited for, and that is sidechains. Panos tweeted out earlier today, I believe the XRPL EVM sidechain will change the game for the whole industry, and it will send the XRPL ecosystem where it belongs. A huge wave of adoption, new users, apps, innovation, activity is coming. The direct competition against Ethereum and the rest of the EVM chains is here. And I could not agree with Panos more than this. What we are about to get on the XRP ledger is going to be a game changer. The whole reason why Ethereum's market cap is so high, the whole reason why Ethereum has so much adoption is because developers love playing with smart contracts. At the end of the day, one of the main reasons the XRPL hasn't had as much adoption as Ethereum is simply because you can't do that much on the XRPL without smart contracts. Unless you're building a payment application, it's hard to program the XRPL the way you want it in its current form. But something is about to change dramatically with the XRP ledger, and that is that the XRP ledger is about to get the same smart contracts that are on Ethereum. This is going to be extremely bullish for the XRP ledger because all the developers in the Ethereum ecosystem who want to gain more liquidity, who want to gain a faster, cheaper platform, are going to be incentivized to come to the XRPL. Not only are they going to be able to build the same applications only faster and cheaper, but they're going to have the advantage of having a first mover advantage on the XRP ledger where they can say, hey, we're the first project working on this, we're the first project working on this, but most importantly, they're going to be able to code in the same exact language that they did on Ethereum, so it's going to be an easy transition. Ultimately, I think this is a genius move, and it is going to have a massive impact on the XRP price. We have already seen in the example of Ethereum how much value smart contracts can bring to a platform, and Ethereum barely even works. Just imagine what is going to be built on the XRP ledger once we finally get programmability and smart contracts. We are going to see a wave of new developers building on the ledger, building new products, building new ways for us to use our XRP, and this is something I'm extremely excited for. Now, I don't know the exact date for this. I've seen some estimates saying it's coming in the fall. Ultimately, though, this is super exciting, and guys, the XRP you and I own doesn't even have this ability yet. That's one of the coolest things about this system. We are literally part of a network right now that is just going to get more powerful and more powerful into the future, and this right here is a massive upgrade. So now I want to move on and show you something that literally blew my mind when I saw it. This is Clayton talking about why Gary Gensler is doing a bad job at the SEC, and you guys are going to be absolutely shocked with what he says here. This right here proves that Clayton is one of the biggest hypocrites in history. Listen up to what he says here, because I cannot even believe this dude has the nerve to come out and make statements like this. This is one of the most hypocritical things I have ever seen. Listen up to this.
Let's take this to a very high level on the regulatory side. What you're hearing from the leaders of the regulatory organizations is if we're not losing cases, if we're not being pushed back on by the courts, we're not doing enough. Think about that for a second. That is a fundamental shift in how we as Americans view the role of the government. I don't want to be in a place where I know the government is going to bring cases they think they're going to lose. Imagine you're the person who is the subject of that case. Now, we're talking about corporations.
Yeah,
but
see if they can. And if they're not stopped, they're going to, yeah.
Right, but this is an ethos now, which is unless we're losing, we're not bringing enough cases. That may be fine for private litigants against each other and think about it. But when you have the power of the state and you're supposed to only bring cases and only make rules that you think are going to pass judicial muster.
Make sure the case passes judicial muster, whatever the heck that means. Jay Clayton certainly didn't do it when he made the absurd declaration that XRP itself is the security, despite every single case involving Howie prior to this specifically stating that the asset itself is never the security. Jay Clayton also certainly didn't do his judicial mustard or pass any judicial mustard, whatever the heck that means, when he decided to personally attack Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson for not knowing XRP was a security back in 2013, when he himself, when he was working at the SEC, couldn't come to a conclusion on the state of XRP back in 2018. What Jay Clayton is saying here is absolutely absurd. He did the same exact thing when he was at the SEC, suing companies simply because he felt like it, making up law at will, and going after his opponents in the market. It is absolutely disgusting that Jay Clayton is saying this now, and just shows you what kind of person brought this case against Ripple and XRP. He was doing this for his own personal gain. He is trying to cover up now by coming out and saying, oh, I would never do this. I would never do something like this. Meanwhile, he did the exact same thing he is talking about right now. What an embarrassment. And I think this, more than anything, just shows Ripple is fighting a case that was an attack. Ripple was fighting against a guy like this, a guy who has absolutely no morals, a guy who will willingly lie to the public. And I think it just shows nothing in the SEC's case actually has merit. It's a complete fraud. Now, despite my very negative opinion of the SEC's case against Ripple, we really did get some fascinating information about Ripple, the company, from this case, information we would have never gotten to see. And honestly, to the SEC's demise, really, it's been all pretty bullish information. Yes, there's been an example here or there of maybe something Ripple shouldn't have said, but there hasn't been any bombshell, something that made us XRP holders say, oh, Ripple is an evil company. I can't believe they were doing this. This is kind of what I thought we were going to see from the case, but there really hasn't been anything. Instead, we've seen things like this that only make me more bullish on XRP. Listen up to this. This is a direct quote from Brad Garlinghouse. Swift has been kind of a sleepy giant. They've taken some pop shots at us. We continue to get intel from the marketplace from both former Swift employees and also people we just know on our network that they're getting more aggressive. In fact, I believe, and I might get this wrong here, the details, but they actually have gone to banks that have signed with us and said to them basically they will give them incentives to not move traffic onto Ripple. Wow, what do you think of that? I love that. We have their attention and goddamn, we're going to kill them. I thought this was an absolutely electric quote by Brad Garlinghouse. It shows not only that Swift is watching Ripple, they are scared of Ripple, and they are actively trying to prevent Ripple from disrupting them, but Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse have every intention of taking down Swift. What we know is new players in the marketplace in every industry come in and disrupt the legacy systems. Ripple is coming into the cross-border payment system with a new technology that is exponentially more efficient than anything Swift has. Because of this, Ripple is going to take down Swift, replace their business, and become the new innovative company to transform the cross-border payment system. This is a fantastic quote by Brad Garlinghouse right here, and it really makes me think about a quote given by the MasterCard CEO, who happens to be a Ripple partner, where he said that he does not believe Swift is going to be around 5 years from now. It really makes you think if the MasterCard CEO was specifically referring to Ripple disrupting Swift when he made that comment, because there is no longer any question out there what Ripple's goal is. It is to take down Swift, and it is obvious they are making some significant progress. process because Swift is actively taking steps to stop it. And guys, just remember, this was from a couple years ago now. Just imagine what Ripple has accomplished behind the scenes since then. And I want to finish this video off and just quickly talk about where we are in the Ripple SEC case. A lot of people are asking, where is summary judgment? Where is summary judgment? We have no idea. We're waiting on Judge Torres. All we know is the absolute last date Judge Torres is going to give her summary judgment decision is by September 23rd. Now, it is highly likely she is not going to wait until the last date, and it's going to be any week now, but the lawyers who have been following this case have already predicted many times this case would have already been over. So the strict cutoff for when this case should end is September 23rd, but ultimately we're just going to have to wait and see. Until then, I'm not getting my hopes up for any date. I'm just going to sit back, not think about it, and wait. Hopefully it will surprise me, and hopefully it happens at least a couple months before September. I doubt Judge Torres really wants to wait until the very last second. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope you enjoyed this update. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe. It really does mean so much. And for now, Mickle out.